To see Tamatimu and Hingano back in there today for Counties Manukau. Some power on the bench through Ezekiel Start and Harlem Tanamu as well. So 4 very good props that are out there. Will get some action today as Makiha. Ooh, that's a high tackle, but the referee says play will continue. Drifting up a little high there on Whanatalanga. And now Penny breaking through almost. He's been arguably the most impressive centre in the competition to date. So keep your eye on him as Hingano hits the line here. Stanley Hingano, that's a great run. So Counties Manukau just keeping his hands on the ball. So a great front foot running ball here as we see Toe hoist. And it is taken by Jacob Nyman. So Nyman, good set of 6 from Counties Manukau.
Yeah, fantastic. The intent from the Counties Manukau Stingrays was really good. 80 metres, they hauled that up the park. So that's unfortunate. As they started off so well, just a little bit too enthusiastic to get off the line. Pretty good defensive effort from South Island, but now to be aware of what sort of enthusiasm and aggression the Counties Manukau Stingray side is going to come with today. Really looking forward to seeing Caleb Murphy today. He's probably been the standout halfback for me throughout this competition. And last week in particular, he was fantastic. So seeing how well he directs his traffic this week.
He's a fantastic game manager, and here he is. In fact, that's Teho coming up towards the halfway line. Very composed team as we see Harmer Campbell giving it to Wellington. And here's Donaldson up through the middle. Good play from the South Island. Some great combinations as Harmer Campbell off and running. Almost getting through. Almost tripped himself up there. And that's going to be a penalty. Wow. 2 great sets from these 2 teams to start the game. And the South Island really rampant up the middle.
Pace has been amazing. I know it's the first set of 6. That could have almost been 10 in the bin.
Well, here's Wellington now setting it up for the South Island. Harmer Campbell. Whoops, there's the first little mistake. Nyman needing to go back here to tidy up here. He's a live wire player as well. Almost has it stolen, has had it stolen. Frustration there for Counties Manukau. Savage gives the penalty up.
I'm not entirely sure, but I think maybe at this level, you can't actually drop off. It has to be a clean one-on-one strip without anybody else touching the player.
That's right, Gibson. And now here's Cranwell again, this very impressive back rower. Got a couple of tries last week against Wellington. Harmer Campbell again, now Wellington. Nice play from Murphy. Oh, good tackling from Counties Manukau. They read that one.
Great take. And
Uriah Tule, if he'd gone through there, look out. Harmer Campbell getting close to the line now. He's held up over the line, says referee O'Brien. What a great start from both teams here. Counties Manukau doing very well not to concede a try.
Quality rugby league.
Teho. Donaldson not used as Gibson gives it to Cranwell again. Cranwell stretching. Almost there. There's Takaio Cranwell. Harmer Campbell plugging the short side again as Nyman. Late pass and Hesp. Hesp is through. Isaiah Hesp missed last week's game, and Isaiah Hesp, who got 2 tries in the first round against Waikato, he gets the first try.
Oh, Matt, we'd love to see that again from this long angle. Here it is, Nyman. Step back on the inside. Oh, I mean, that's fantastic work. Had the presence of mind to keep that ball playing arm off the ground and just pop it up. Almost a rugby pass off the ground. Watch it again. The other hand went down onto the ground. Managed to hold himself up just a little bit and pop it off to Hespen. Fantastic start from both these teams.
Well, you could absolutely understand the delight of the South Island Scorpions. Their execution so far has been absolute quality. And it looks like Caleb Murphy is going to take over the goal kicking today. Jacob Nyman, in the 2 weeks that he was kicking, 13 from 19. Now, Caleb Murphy, even though we haven't seen him kick goals, is a very good goal kicker as well. I've seen him at under the 18s and the 16s have very good days with the boots too.
Well, Counties concede the first points. I don't think they can be that upset with the effort they showed in defence there. And really, that was a pretty freakish try. They would, for all money, have thought that that would have broken down with Nyman. There it is, ball out to the fullback, holds on two hands, gets tackled, but then flicks it back in to the centre, and they were just caught unaware, thinking that the play had broken down, Counties. So great start from both. Gee, they really want that top spot, and
yeah, 100%.
They really want that second spot, don't they?
Yeah, if we've got that 6 minutes of real quality here, if we get replications of that, we're going to be in for a treat in this game. Now, Counties, remember, only had one set so far, and it was a fantastic set as well, as we see Hesp racing out a dumbing half and grabbing a good 10 to 15 metres there. And now Deidre Siaki, his brother Denzel not making the team today. But Deidre Siaki's been very good in the centres for the South Island. Now Wellington, who's been one of the best players in the competition, and that's why. A great run by the front row, and he's got ball-playing ability as well. Harmer Campbell, Donaldson, the hard-working loose forward. He will play the whole game and go hard as Murphy. Now, a couple of those players look like they might have been forward at the kicker, and it's been gathered, but it's been lost forward, I think, by Siaki, so no try out on that left wing side for Noah Saukuru. But again, a really good set there. Why? That's gone fair income, 70, 80 metres.
Yeah, and a great set post try as well. Good carries, good intention with their runs. Almost came up with a result. The next best thing was they're trapping Counties down this end of the field. So
Penny, that was a hard carry. Now here comes Robin Herbert. Siding fullback. Watch out if he gets in the clear. Now the Counties Manukau Stingrays up around the halfway line here. It's a good run by Captain Frank Tamanu. And there's Toe with the kick. But it's straight down the throat of Nyman. Not his best kick, that one. And Nyman in good position. But a good chase from Counties Manukau. And the set around about the 25 metres out from the South Island's line. Now Saukuru. That's great tackling from Whanatalanga. And some much needed metres here by Siaki. There goes Siaki. Oh yes, Lamani Kaya. He's got the gas. Great in-ball field ball, and Matt Gibson's over for a terrific try.
Wow.
How good was that from the South Island? Those guys need hosing down. They're on fire.
They are getting better and better every week. From the first time we saw them against Waikato last week, they were almost perfect. This week, they're just playing with so much confidence. And the rugby league they're playing is amazing. You know, there was still 15 metres to go, and that he knew wasn't going to get there in the pass. Had to be perfect back on the inside, and it was.
Well, Siaki with the original bust. What a run here from Lamani Kaya. He was in the second row last week, but you can see why he's out on the wing. He's a big, strong, fast lad, and there's Gibson. Well, we haven't seen him, the West Coaster, the last 2 weeks. And probably it's been tough for him to crack through this very impressive halves combination, Nyman and Murphy. But he gets his chance today with Nepata, the regular fullback, out injured. Saw him taken off the field last week, that knee injury. Wow, some real challenges here for Counties Manukau.
Just a little bit shell-shocked to start this game. Fair enough.
So Murphy now lining up this one. No excuses for good goal kicking, of course, inside under the roof here in Dunedin. And he converts that second goal as well. And what a try here. Siaki He is getting better and better as this competition goes on too. Deidre Siaki.
Indeed, just the strength and agility to get around a few players, cut through the line, get the ball back into two hands and offload it to the wingers. Great football.
Well, Counties Manukau kicking off. I think they've only had a couple of sets really in the game. It's because the South Island's play has been blemish-free. As Kupateho comes out over the 20 again. Oh, there's the first error, Lamani Kaya. Oh, he was keen as mustard there to have a crack at the defence.
Yeah. Unfortunate not to back up that try with a complete set, but this is the opportunity now that Counties needed. Have been starved of the ball for the last 8 minutes or so.
Well, let's see how they go here. They've got a great chance here to strike back here. And let's see what the South Island's defence is going to be like too. The South Island Scorpions have only given up 14 points in their 2 games so far. So we'll see if their defence, which is going to be seriously tested in this game at some point, particularly from players like Penny here. Away goes Malakai Tony. He plugs the short side. This is Fonotalanga. Fonotalanga, a nice offload, and Malakai Tony still alive here for Counties Manukau. Fonotalanga gets it back, but the South Island's defence holds firm for the meantime. That's to Manu. Nato, who's a big, strong 5'8", but he's lost the ball, but it's going to be a penalty. Again, referee O'Brien says there was a South Island hand in there. So a fresh set for Counties Manukau, just 10 metres out. And straight away, here comes Tamatimu. Tony. And Tamanu tries to squeeze between those 2 defenders. One of them was Noahama Campbell. Tony might have a crack from dummy half. He's got it on the line. And the Counties Manukau hooker, the son of Motu Tony, is over to score the try. And Counties are on the board. 3 tries in the first 12 minutes, and Counties will be very relieved.
Yeah, needed to strike back quickly, and they did on the back of the first error from the South Island team. The first opportunity the Counties have really had down this end, and it was off the back of a nice quick play the ball. And Malakai Tony scooped it up, recognised it was just a one-on-one for him, and managed to slam it down on the whitewash.
Yeah, Tony got second try now of the competition. Got one against Wellington. First saw him last year playing for De La Salle. First 13, and they lost the Auckland Secondary Schools final, but went on to win the national title. And Malakai Tony now moving through into the under-20s. And here is Jordan Makiha. 3 from 8 in round 1 against Wellington. And 8 from 8 last week against Bay of Plenty. And that was just the ticket there for goal kickers. A nice easy one for Makiha. And it is 12 points to 6. Start to this game. Counties Manukau have just got to get through their sets. South Island is so dangerous with the ball in hand. And I love the combinations that they've built over the last 2 weeks too. There just seems to be a sense there, doesn't there, about what the player with the ball is going to do and where you need to be to carry on the movement.
Yeah, once again, it's just that confidence in their ability. Add to that the combinations that we've highlighted over the last couple of weeks with this team. That's a damaging run, and a good offload.
Yeah, that was Jeremiah Tamatimu. He is a good prospect in the 10 jersey for Counties Manukau. Now Savage from Manurewa. Interchange in round 1. Didn't play last week, but get a big opportunity today with Tamasi out injured. Now Simatau, that's a great run. He's in the 6th jersey, so he's got game management skills as well. Now, Naitoko, we haven't seen him in the game so far, as he sneaks between defenders. Now, Counties Manukau have got a good roll on here. As to Manu. Gives it to Makiha. Good set from Counties Manukau. Now, Toe's going to go high. He's going to kick it. He's going to try and hit the ceiling here under the roof. Lomani Kaya. A good catch under seriously from Anthony Naitoko. Well, Lamani Kaya did a good job that time as Nyman tries to sneak away from dummy half, but he's well wrapped up.
Good player, Nyman. Subtle with his injection into the game.
He's played well at fullback, as well as in the halves, of course. And now here's Siaki again. Harmer Campbell, Wellington, the little ball to Teho. Such good players, aren't they, all these guys? Wellington, Teho, Cranwell as well, Donaldson, and now that's Murphy's kick. Managed to find some pasture, but it's found Caleb Malaysia. Scored 2 tries against Wellington 2 weeks ago. Back in the team today is Naitoko. Gives it to Herbert. Junior Warriors player from 2017, 2018, a highly rated prospect 3 or 4 years ago. We will see how he goes over the next few years. Naitoko again. Tony gives it to Makiha. And now Penny. There goes Penny up the middle. Great run. And he earns the penalty again. How good is this lad here? Nualingi Penny.
He has been really strong from the outset, from the very first head up. The way he runs the ball, just aggressive. Look, leg speed. It's a big centre and picks up a penalty for his team as well. So good opportunity here for Counties to square the game up.
Yeah, 100%. Of course, his brother Ben is in the Warriors SG ball team. So very good rugby league family, that one. Here's Tony off the run from Fonatalanga. And now Makiha. Ngano, I think, was originally going to get the ball there, but just had to hold it up, and he ended up creating some second phase there pretty well. Now Fonatalanga again. How many touches has he had in the last 5 minutes? Plenty. Oh, a Messi play the ball. A Messi play the ball, and the South Island survive.
Yeah, just needed to compose himself a little bit more. Had an opportunity here to set something up, start to build some pressure.
Two tries to one, Hesp and Gibson for the South Island. And Malakai Tony for Counties Manukau. We'll see what the South Island are going to be like here, carrying the ball out from their defence. Sokuru it is with the first carry. Now Nyman in there. Good tackle there from Savage. Absolutely nailed him. Donaldson. Many of these South Island players played in the final of the 18s national tournament last year in Rotorua in September. Beat Akarana in the semi-finals. Played Counties in the final. But Counties won that pretty comfortably, that game. So South Island, a lot of these guys will enjoy playing against Counties Manukau then, even though the Counties Manukau team is quite different from the team that played and won the 18s title last year. Now, this is Ramsey, busy winger, not small lad either.
Yeah, once again, does a good job, Ramsey. Oh,
Penny.
Good luck.
Oh, look at that. Penny, what a run. He could play in the front row, couldn't he? Just blessed with pace and power.
He's got that Conrad Harrell about him.
Absolutely. Here is Tamanu now.
These runs are going to
hurt them and tire them out, right?
Really burn them.
Yeah.
Really break away at this defensive line.
Well, that's how Counties won that 18s final last year. Just too much power up the middle. As we see Makiha. And here's Toe's kick. Don't know if he's got that one on the right spot, and now that's been lost forward. Surely it has. Just wanted that kick a little bit deeper, I think, closer to the goal line.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. It was right idea. Got some big jumpers out there.
Lamani Kaya. Oh, we saw him. He had a terrific game last week against Wellington. Playing a bit closer to the middle. And here's Takai Kramer, who was also very impressive last week.
Yeah. He was really good. He's got good ball playing abilities as well.
Yeah, as well as taking hard carries. There's Callum Donaldson taking on his own 40. Now Murphy looking to bring Nyman into the game. So Kuru. Oh, it's a forward pass. It's a forward pass. That's unlucky for the South Island. So Kuru. Big, strong winger.
Yeah, it would have been hard to stop. Yeah.
Just drifting forward, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Good call from our touchy.
Not much in it. Oh, South Island's bench there. Of Rowan Brown, Jaden Huerta. Toru Cuthers, who's Dylan McDonald, and as well, Toru Cuthers, the only Otago player in the South Island team. He'll enjoy playing on this ground today. He's down in Dunedin studying after originally being from Auckland. Now here comes Counties Manukau again with Harlem Tanamu out there now. Another very impressive prop. Here comes Counties Manukau. Good little surge in there. And a little error. Ezekiel Start, I think that is out there now. Yes, indeed. Started as just losing control of the ball there.
Yeah, these teams are very similar in terms of quality and how they play. Really, it's going to come down to who can minimize the errors throughout this game.
Yeah, depth on the bench too. Good depth on the Counties Manukau bench. Start, Pritchard, Tanamu, Kingeke, all very good players. Lamani Kaya. Gibson, good little shift to Cranwell. Now Nyman, almost sneaking through, doing well to stay in the field of play as well, Jacob Nyman. In fact, that was Hesp who did really well there to stay in. Ahmed Campbell, that's Nyman there, and now here comes Callum Donaldson again.
Yeah, rightfully questioning our touchy on that side, whether there was a flop in that tackle. They pick up a penalty anyway, and they earned it. Worked really hard to try and get themselves some momentum, and as much as Counties trying to play the ball down, they get an easy out from their own half. And this is a nice little run here, little fin, push off a few. Not the biggest body in the world, but he earned the right to play the ball fast and just got held back. Little tug of the jersey.
A good touch finder here too for Counties Manukau. Counties Manukau defence now going to be tested as Uriah Tuli. There's the first carry. Interesting to see him on the edge again today. Equally adept playing in the middle. There's a short little ball to Jaden Huerta, who's out there now. Wearing 16 for the South Island. Harmer Campbell. Murphy to the line. Tuli, well looked after, looking to try and get those arms through for that offload. Couldn't do so on that occasion. Good tackling by Makiha. Donaldson giving it to Huerta again. So the South Island in position here. Try and extend their lead again. There's Gibson. Gives it to Cranwell. Here's Nyman with the line right there. And Jacob Nyman, too elusive, too nippy. And it's a third try for the South Island. Well executed. 16-6.
Really well executed play. They've got really good structure they've shown that the last couple of weeks as well. And once again, that ball from Cranwell, really, there's an out ball. He ran around the back, played that tail run, and then just outnumbered in the end counties and a little draw and pass, and Lyman goes over for a second. Really well executed.
Great try for Jacob Nyman. First try of the competition for him. Different role for him this week with Nepata out injured. But a really good prospect, Jacob Nyman, as well. Now that versatility, I get the feeling he could be a pretty decent dummy half as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just seems to have good awareness of when to go. And he's very quick off the mark. So now Murphy. Murphy misses that one. So score remains 16-6 with 9 minutes to play until half time. Again, lovely play by Cranwell in particular there. Touched on his ball playing ability. He knew that if he was able to get it close to the line there and offload in the tackle as he did, that would create just enough time and space for Nyman to finish it off.
Oh, your counties and your Akarana, why they've got some quality players and some great structure within their teams. For me, over the last couple of weeks, in terms of actual rugby league structure and quality of play, South Island it seems to be the more inferior of the teams. And we question potentially whether they could match it with the size and strength of the two Auckland sides, and we're answering those questions here today.
Yeah, 100% they are. Can they carry it on, though? That's the question. And you can see Rowan Brown out there. Just got a shot before of Isaiah Hess. Just a little concerned about the left knee there. So we'll see, we'll monitor that one for you as Donaldson. Taken by Tamanu. And also Te Namu. As we see Harmer Campbell. Murphy. Interesting pass. Nyman's not going to be able to gather it.
The vision was there. Just the execution couldn't be completed. He saw that county's backline rush up on the right-hand side. Thought he'd throw a big rainbow pass, like a Latrell Mitchell pass out to his winger, but didn't quite hit the mark.
Ezekiel start it is for Counties Manukau, playing in this NZRL 20s for the third year in a row. As we see Pritchard giving it to Makiha now from the Talanga. Nice line run back behind the ruck. Pritchard again. Now Tamanu. Now to Namu. And referee, I think, has ruled a little forward pass there. The Counties again just beating themselves at the moment, perhaps.
Not much in that. Just enough to be... Oh, man, I don't know if that was forward at all.
It's a little unlucky, perhaps.
Yeah. Maybe it was just the angle of his body. Sometimes when you pull up in a hurry and you throw that ball, despite it going backwards, it looks like it's travelling forwards because of the momentum of the pass. But
yeah, I reckon Counties a little unlucky on that occasion. Deitri Siaki. Now it is Jaden Hueta. Harmer Campbell, here's Donaldson again. South Island looking for some quick ruck ball here, and they get it with Harmer Campbell off and running. Again, the Counties defence backpedals a little bit. 5 minutes out from half time. Hope you're enjoying a coverage of this Ruben Wiki Cup match. certainly been high quality as we see Murphy just delaying the pass to Tuli. Tuli shrugging through tackles, got rid of Penny. And he's finally taken to deck there by Pritchard. Harmer Campbell, now Murphy. Nice attacking little kick, but Ramsey's read it well, the winger.
He's done a great job there, Ramsey, to cover that space. May have just, might have been a better option to go along the ground, the pace at which Callum Murphy was running. That was a good set of 6. Once again, it's just that's unlucky. Just the pace and the depth in which South Island are playing at is really troubling the county's Manukau Stingrays at the moment. Here we go again. Gee, I think they were unlucky there, South Island, but in saying that, the South Islanders got away with one a couple of minutes ago on the forward pass, so let's call it square.
Square the ledger, absolutely. Yeah. Well, Counties would love one more try before half-time here. But so far, the South Island's defence is standing firm again. I touched on this earlier. 8 points they only conceded against Waikato. 6 last week, and again, only 6 so far today. Now, here's Tanamu. That's a powerful straight run. Good run by the interchange prop. But well handled by Donaldson as well. And Harmer Campbell. Now, Toe, who's not afraid to take the defensive line on either. How strong he is.
Oh, he put on some massive hits last week.
He's got a good kicking game too, hasn't he? There's Tamanu, and now here comes Makia, almost getting through Hoeta's tackle, but Jaden Hoeta did well. So County's moving into position here. Here is Ezekiel starts. He's just short. Big chance here for County's Manukau. Pritchard gives it out to Makia, the kick. Well, it's been lost forward by Saukuru. Well, I didn't think the kick was maybe as good as Counties were hoping for, but it ended up being okay.
Yeah, and they actually covered really well. They got in position, both Murphy and Sakulu got in position to actually cover this. Went through Murphy's hands and Sakulu bounced over the top of his head and just a little knock on, but they've got about 3 minutes to hold out here before halftime, 35-minute halves in this Ruben Wiki Cup.
Well, Penny's gone down. That's the other bit of news. He looked like he just got tangled up with a teammate there, and his ankle looked like it had gone.
Oh, that's disappointing for New Alingi. Penny, he has been one of the best in this county side throughout the competition in terms of the centres in our game.
Just to keep your eye on Penny. He almost gets tangled up right there. In fact, he just seemed like he actually didn't get tangled up with anyone, just fell awkwardly.
It just seemed like his left leg shifted just slightly on the turf, which would have constituted that inside ligament, which is the ACL, just pulling Let's hope the recovery is well, and that eventually the young man can get back out onto the field. I always hate seeing, especially our young boys.
That's right.
With knee injuries early in their rugby league career. Just as they're starting to get going, especially at this level.
Can be done though. You can come back from them. Look at Tom Ale in the Warriors at the moment. He's a young prop with lots of promise. He's had serious knee injuries.
Yeah,
he's back there firing and ripping in at the moment.
Lance Ohio had 3 ACLs, I think, both knees.
So here comes Counties Manukau. Let's see if they can play for their mate Penny. As Naitoko goes within 5 metres of the line here, as Pritchard gets it back to Te Namu. South Island hard on defence here. Here comes Frank Tamanu, the captain. They're going on the short side. His toe. Saw him barrel through all sorts of tackles last week to score a try in a similar position. Didn't get through today. Pritchard waits at dummy half. Here's Tamanu again. Out it comes to Whanatalaga, but good defence by the South Island. They're holding him up for the meantime. Start used as a decoy. Here's Makiha with the kick on the last play. And up goes Malaysia. Naitoko has been thrown into touch. Oh, a disappointing set there, I think, from Counties there wide. Didn't really get everything executed with real crispness.
Yeah, you're right. And just not enough real structure. That crash and bash football might work against maybe a weaker defensive team, but this South Island side, they're getting numbers in the tackle. They're muscling up. They're pushing players back. I just feel like Counties, they've got the skill in them to be able to set up a good move and set themselves up to play some real good attacking football. But in that case, just wasn't there.
Well, good defence from Counties Manukau there. Rowan Brown was going nowhere. Now Siaki with these fancy footwork. He's a good prospect, isn't he? Another good run there just to give some valuable metres. And now the momentum all of a sudden shifts here.
Oh.
Good little burst from Cuthers. You'll know a few of these Counties lads. There's Murphy. Looks a little indecisive on the last play. Well, not often you see that. As Ramsey comes forward to take it for Counties Manukau with 30 seconds left in this first half.
Safe Ramsey on that right-hand side. That's the second time he's diffused a pretty tough kick. I think Murphy was maybe thinking about the 40-20 and then realised he was probably too far from the line or too far over the line and put up a sort of wayward ball with 10 seconds to go in this half. South Island will probably finish it off.
Well, Herbert lost it. So South Island completing a very good first half here. Just conceding the one try against this powerful Counties Manukau team. And scoring 3 of their own. This is the last play. Here's Lamani Kaya. Back into Brown. Well, Cranwell's going to hoist here, the big back rower. And a pretty decent kick too. This could bounce anywhere here. And fortunately for Counties, it works out okay. But boy, if that bounced back into the field of play, that could have been the 4th try easily there for the South Island. So good kick there by Takayo Cranwell. And there we are, the South Island complete an excellent half of football in this Ruben Wiki Cup match. They've got a 10-point lead at halftime, 16-6.
It's time to stand up.
So good to be here.
Cheers, you guys. Thanks for coming out. So there I was, naked. Well, except for the harness. I bought a harness.
With a collection of HBO specials.
With that said, I'm looking for a girlfriend.
That sounds like a great deal.
I may just want a PlayStation 4.
The Stand Up Collection starts April 1st. This is a place of wonder, rich in diversity. captivating in its beauty. It's showtime. Explore new heights and discover new cultures. A ringside seat at the greatest display on our Earth. Feel the adrenaline rush. And learn the meaning of fear.
To see a sight like this is phenomenally rare.
Embrace this wild planet with Sky.
Jones takes Saturdays seriously.
Been waiting to see you a long time.
With a lineup of sweeping dramas of epic proportions.
On the day you were born, you were nothing but bad news.
All-star casts give award-winning performances in the groundbreaking miniseries Rich Man, Poor Man and the World War II drama Bar Black Sheep. Saturday on Jones.
Sky Broadband has arrived.
Yeah, but is it fast?
Yeah, it's fiber. It's lycra fast.
Ooh.
So it can handle all your entertainment needs.
Super Rugby Pacific Round 4 continues today.
Unbelievable.
Oh, how good. Wow.
Oh, I tell you what.
Welcome to your DHL Super Rugby Pacific live Sky Sport.
So half-time here in Dunedin. Hope you're enjoying the game. 16 points to 6 to the South Island. Remember, the winner will play Waikato in the semi-finals of the 2023 NZRL National 20s competition. The loser will play the Akarana team in next week's semi-finals. Both games being played next Saturday, back-to-back. But we've had some good try-scoring action so far, with 3 tries being scored by the South Island. And they made a fantastic start to this game. Gibson here, and Nyman with this wonderful pass there, creating just enough space and time for Isaiah Hesp to go over to score the opening try. 6 points to 0 that was, and this try here was sensational. Siaki with the initial bust, and then the offload, and there's Lamani Kaya really gassing it. Great infield pass, Matt Gibson. Wonderful support play from the West Coaster, and the South Island out to 12 to 0. Back came Counties though, with a traditional power game with their 4 very good props, creating the time and space there for Malakai Tony to go over and score what was to be Counties' only try in the first half. Takaya Cramwell setting this one up for the South Island, and there he is, Jacob Nyman, has had a terrific tournament so far, both in the 6 and the 1 jersey for the South Island, getting his first try, which was unconverted. So there it is, 16 points to 6. We're under the roof here in Dunedin, so some great skills on display by all of these 20s players, and we're looking forward to seeing the same in the second half, which is coming up very shortly.
Ofaki is here. And these ladies are going to rock your world. Love every minute. Super Rugby Ofaki semi-final. Today, live on Sky Sport 1.
Prepare yourself for a broadband service simply made to entertain.
Yeah, but is it fast?
Yeah, it's fiber. It's lycra fast.
Ooh.
So it can handle all your entertainment needs. So what are you waiting for? If you want amazing broadband at a super snazzy price, then welcome to Sky Broadband. That's my part. I do that. Sorry, that's okay.
Art is all around us, if you know how to find it. It's here.
Oh, I love them.
It's there.
Gave me like this huge adrenaline rush and I was like shaking.
It's everywhere.
Cyberspace is the new meeting place.
It's magical. Arts can change minds and hearts.
It can be serious, silly, sublime.
You know, we were the art.
Sky Arts.
3 and a 2 and a 1.
Oh, yikes. This March,
You will be honored among wizards forever.
family time is magic.
Oh, I'm good.
And there's one wonderful place.
Surprise!
Well,
Let's go!
That'll keep the whole whānau spellbound.
This stuff into that stuff, it's not going to blow.
Sky Movies Family.
I want to be a wizard.
This is our throne. This is our treasure. And this is our kingdom.
We ain't gonna be beat again.
We rule over the raceway. We are loved, feared, and anybody that gets in our way better watch their backs. Street Outlaws No Prep Kings, tonight 6:30, followed by new series The Great 8 on Turbo.
What's a move from Bird?
Watch the Kiwis' first battle in NZ. It's going to be fast, furious, and absolutely unmissable. Get your sailing fix with the ITM New Zealand Sail Grand Prix, live on Sky Sport.
Well, second half not too far away here in this Ruben Wiki Cup match between the South Island and Counties Manukau. 16-6 to the South Island, the home team. Wairangi Kopu. If you're a Counties coach, Gary Kingi, what would be your kind of key messages to your team right now, do you reckon?
Just composure, really. Look, the enthusiasm is there. You can tell they're trying really hard. They do have the strike power within their squad to start racking up some points, but it's not going to come from simply just trying to crash and brash their way over the try line whenever they get down to the 20. They're going to have to set up some plays and look for some structure, ask the defensive line some questions. But really, just if they can minimize those little errors that they've come up with throughout that first half, they'll go a long way to just starting to wear away at this South Island defence, and then hopefully come up with some points.
I guess the challenge for the Counties Manukau team, and this is a strength of the Archie Jacobs coach South Island team, is their defence at the moment. They don't look like they're really going to crack at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, look, there was a moment there for Malachi Tony where he spotted an opportunity, and there was a little bit of lapse in concentration by the South Island, but they are enthusiastic with their defence. The attitude is fantastic. They're covering for each other. They're getting numbers in, knowing that they have to get numbers in because of the sheer size and power of some of these counties players. So, they're doing a great job, and if they can maintain that for the next 35 minutes, they'll move into that second spot, or they'll keep that second spot.
Yeah, it'll be tough for Counties to win. So if the South Island go on and win this, it'll be a South Island Waikato semi next week, and then it'll be an all Auckland semi in the other side between Akarana and Counties. Could be some fireworks in that game.
Yeah, well, one Auckland side will miss out if South Island goes on to win this game. That'll be a hell of a game, because realistically, that's anyone's game as well.
100%
if
it
Counties and Akarana play.
Well, we'll see how that pans out. There's still 35 minutes of rugby league to play before we confirm the semi-final lineup for next week. So let's see what happens here with Callum Donaldson taking the first carry for the South Island. Whanatalanga in there making the tackle. Now Siaki. Again, he's got some great tackle busting ability. He's busted 2 tackles there.
And Counties are doing their best to try and halt his momentum. He just keeps bouncing out of tackles. Just the footwork. Cramwell's, he's been one of my favourites throughout this tournament.
Yeah, 100% he is. As we see a bit of play here from the South Island, and Dylan McDonald off the interchange out there. Biggest player in the South Island team. Whoops, a little wobbly, but I think that might have been touched, and maybe a restarted tackle count here for Jacob Nyman, who's dangerous broken play runner. Cuthers waits at dummy half. Oh, there's a little error there in the play the ball, and Nyman, you can see how frustrated he was.
Yeah, he had the opportunity to try and fight for a play the ball. It's just sort of slipped through his legs, and not sure whether that was zero or not, but Nyman spotted a little gap, buried his nose, and just as he went to go stand up, it's popped out of his grasp.
One of those 50-50 ones, wasn't it?
Yeah, he may, I mean, I'm not sure if he earned the right to play the ball fast, but it's unfortunate for him.
Naitoko just getting slightly confused there. The timing of that run from Robin Herbert. Not getting the ball, unfortunately, for Counties Manukau, and here comes Te Namu. Well handled here by the South Island defence.
Just a little push and shove in the background. Nothing too much happening there.
Referee O'Brien wants to have a chat with the captains.
Well, that's the first little bit we've seen, and we'll get a warning. Shut it down nice and quick. Fortunately, I can lip read, which our referee is saying that we've had a great game of rugby league up until this point. Fellas, let's just try and keep it to rugby league, and we'll be fine. Otherwise, the next one will be in the bin. Yeah. The way I read those lips from behind his head,
yeah, very talented,
very impressive.
Exactly, 100%. Doesn't look much at all in there, but anyway, here comes Te Namu again. Again, he's had a real impact off the bench for Counties Manukau. Got one try last week. As we see Pritchard, Tau, and now here is Naitoko. Here is Ezekiel start. 20 metres out. Pritchard. Here's it to Makiha. Challenging little kick. How good was that from Robin Herbert? That is how to do it right there. Makiha with that kick. Timed to perfection. Counties strike early in the second half.
He thread the needle perfectly. And there was players there in the picture for South Island. Just bounced straight up into his grasp. That was a really well done try. Yeah, pretty happy about that one. Robin Herbert.
Yeah, former Northern Swords player. That fixture in the fullback position here for Counties Manukau. And 16-10. Well, that adds a new dimension to the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. Really good quality rugby league. And this is like real senior level quality rugby league.
Makiha hasn't missed a goal kick since round one at the moment. He's been kicking beautifully. He's got 9 on the trot, going for 10 in a row here. And there you go, straight down the middle. So 16 points to 12 now to the South Island.
Good game of rugby league.
This is the thing with a lot of changes now being made back with starting props bat on Hingano Tamatimu. We'll see good depth there, and with 4 good props in their team, they don't have really any drop off in intensity at all. Tony back on 2, the hooker, and here is Stanley Hingano. Nice little offload, and there's Herbert again, the try scorer. Sneaking around the ruck, looking for opportunities. There's Tony. Good tackle from Huerta. In fact, that's Cuthers who made that tackle, the 18 for the South Island. the Manu. Now Makiha looking to try and get Fonatalanga into the game again, but he's well handled by that South Island defence that time. Tony, gives it back to Hingano. Again, another little offload from Stanley Hingano. Great one too, as Tony pinches 15 metres. So some good second phase play by Hingano. And now Makiha. Bouncing ball, and Nyman's got it under control though. Oh, has he dropped it? He's dropped it, Jacob Nyman. Just lost it. So a couple of errors in the second half. What an opportunity here for Counties.
Yeah, really starting to build pressure. It was a nice little kick. Nyman did a good job of getting over there and covering it, but just as he was tackled and hit the ground, it looks like it slipped out of his grasp. He'd be a little bit disappointed. That's 2 errors in a row now for Nyman. Big challenge for the South Island now to try and hold Counties out.
Counties have not been in front in this game. Let's see if they're good enough to come through here as Tony goes off the back of the scrum. Right out to Naitoko. Trying to get on the outside of Lamani Kaya, but he did well there, Lamani Kaya. Here's Malaysia. Malaysia! Oh, that's too easy. It's Caleb Malaysia who's gone over to score. Just found a gap behind the defence, which has been so tight up till this point, and Counties draw level at 16 all.
Well, we mentioned as South Island running out for the second half, how good the attitude in defence has been this South Island. That was a legs tackle, and he did a pretty good job of getting out and trying to halt that momentum. Did the number 15, Rowan Brown. But he just fell off the tackle, and everybody else was still backpedaling and unaware to what was going on. Really should have been a little bit more aware there, the South Island side. That was probably the easiest try that they've scored, Counties, in this game. And sets them up to put them in front.
Well, we haven't seen Malaysia in space too much, but again, as often is the case, he's big and he looks powerful. Hasn't really seen the ball too much in this game.
That may be why Rowan Brown fell off the tackle. He's injured himself. Looks like he was holding his arm there, so either a shoulder injury or an arm injury.
That means Hesp comes back on now for the South Island. He's been having a knee issue as well. So now Jordan Makiha looking to give Counties the lead for the first time in the game. Remember, they were down by 12 points to 0. So let's see if they can hit the front here. And there's your answer. So Makiha with his 3rd successful kick in a row in this game. And it's 18-16. Counties done a fine job in the second half. Only, isn't it, one little bounce of the ball, but popped up into Robin Herbert's hands. And now one little missed tackle by Rowan Brown for whatever reason, and all of a sudden 12 points, just like that.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. Couple of little errors, both of them actually, to the fullback Nyman, who's played a fantastic game. He's just come up with a couple of errors. Is that an error? No, it's a cut off his legs.
Yeah, that, close call there for Simatau, but no try, no error rather. Now, was that a forward pass into Tamatimu? It was a forward pass. Well, tie call there. Let's check this one out from Tony. Oh, yeah, no, that was forward. I think the officials got that one spot on. Why?
Oh, that's just what Counties didn't need, really. We know that Gary Kingy would have been hoping that his boys can complete that set after a try and keep that pressure on the South Island. South Island now looking to compose themselves a little bit and hopefully put themselves back in the lead.
Well, they've had 10 minutes of play in the second half. The South Island really haven't had any opportunities at all.
Do you take the 2 here?
Nah, not yet. Cuthers. You back yourself, don't you, Donaldson? Oh. Well, he's been hit hard there. Great tackles there from Whanatalaga. Back wing Callum Donaldson, now Gibson. Here's Nyman in. Oh. He slipped into that one, but it's going to be ruled a high contact. Tau will be disappointed with that because he was falling.
Yeah.
You know what they rule these days, don't they?
Yeah.
Anything round the head.
Unfortunate, really, because he was slipping in the tackle. But, yeah, did catch him high. Unfortunately, yeah, regardless of whether somebody's falling or not, if you catch him high, it's just a penalty.
Here's Lamani Kaya with a good little burst. He's enjoyed himself out there. Naitoko making that tackle. Gibson. Now Wellington. Oh, they came out high. They know the threat of the former New Zealand resident. 16 captain is Donaldson. This is McDonald. Beautiful play from Jaden Wellington. Here's Siyaki. He's a danger from dummy half. South Island. Severe pressure on the Counties Manukau defence. Harmer Campbell back to Wellington. Wellington. Caleb Murphy. Can't link up. Oh, the pass. Just couldn't link up there with Siyaki. But it didn't go forward, so Kuru picked it up. Murphy again. And now Harmer Campbell, the hooker. Last play now for the South Island. Murphy's got to be pinpoint with this kick. Malaysia goes up. It's batted back, and Naitoko. He's not going to get out in the field of play on that occasion. It's going to be a line dropout. Good set of 6 there from the South Island.
Yep. Asked a lot of questions. There was some offloads in there that really tested the Counties, but you give it up to Counties. They did a great job of scrambling. Every time there was a threat, they turned up in numbers, and even down to this last kick. It was pretty pinpoint. They still had the numbers there to cover up all the, pick up all the scraps. So might be a cramp out there on the left edge and an opportunity for Counties just to take a couple more breaths.
Well, key point in the game here, isn't it, Wise? South Island can bounce back here, get back in front.
This is something I would have done 100%.
What? Yeah. Yes.
Back-to-back sets, I would have faked the cramp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's Malaysia.
Well, that doesn't look like a fake cramp, does it? No. He came down awkward.
Well, his knee's heavily strapped there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just awkward landing there for Malaysia. It's actually the other leg that's the issue. Now the line drop out. Here comes Jaden Wellington.
Jaden Wellington's just taken it upon himself to challenge these big Counties forwards.
Covers, good hands from him. Now Murphy cut out past to Siyaki.
And why wouldn't you keep going back to Siyaki?
Covers, waits at dummy half again. Harmer Campbell still out there, the hooker. Gibson gives it to Cranwell. Now Lamani Kaya. Oh, Naitoko! Is that a try? He's out. The flag is up, no try, and Naitoko saves the blemishes there of Counties Manukau.
Cranwell may have just held this ball up a little bit. I mean, sorry, he might have passed this ball just a little bit too early. I actually think. He's hurt himself here. Manukau.
Lamani Kaya now injured. So both wingers on that side of the field got their problems right now.
Yeah, I think Lamani Kaya and Naitoko are actually friends. I've seen them interact quite a bit, even at half-time they were sort of interacting. So it would have been funny if he managed to score that try. But I look at things when he reached out with his right arm. Somebody sort of come down on him, and he's done some damage, probably to the rotator cuff.
So concern here for Lamani Kaya. You're right, Cranwell just passing maybe a fraction too early there.
Cranwell should. I think he just fell awkwardly on that arm. Cranwell should have maybe just had a go himself.
Big rangy player. There's
Good
no
line
talk.
speed.
Yeah, South Island will have to force an error now. Naitoku with that first carry. Here's Herbert. Still plenty of time left in this game. Another 20 minutes to play. 35-minute halves, remember, in the 20s competition. This is Hingano, being one of the best props out there. Been very good, Stanley Hingano.
Once again, really good job by Counties.
There's a good search by Fonotalanga, and then he just stone cold drops it. And so Nyman picks up the ball. South Island back in possession.
I think it might have been a stray hand from behind that just forced that ball loose. As we see,
Tooley's dropped it and Ramsey's picked it up.
That's the pressure starting to get to the South Island now.
Oh, he's a little burst from Tony. Oh, great hands from Donaldson. And Donaldson's bursting clear. What a play from him. Well, Tony's endeavour was good, but the execution of the kick not. And now Murphy.
Donaldson's an ex-cricket player from way back. He wasn't going to let that ball get through the slips.
Here's Harmer Campbell.
Great run.
Nice line that he ran there. And a good tackle from Fonotalanga. Just got him. Cathers. That's Gibson. And now Cranwell runs. Look at him go. Takayo Cranwell is through. And he deserves a try. Terrific game from Takayo Cranwell. He's got a big future in this game.
Well, that was the run we were calling for the last time. And he passed it out to his winger. This time, same play. Folds around the back of Hesp. But then just puts the foot down. Bursts through the line. And there was no fullback to stop him. The big man, he's got some talent. You don't often see your back rower running the actual line around the back. He's usually that person running through the front. You'll get the fullback around the back who joins up with the centre. But I suppose having that ability to hit him out the back and give him a little bit of space, it's really troubling for the centres and the half that's out that side for County. So,
well, I've got to say, Takayo Cranwell, he is, if he doesn't have some NRL clubs knocking on his door shortly, I'd be shocked.
Yeah, he's a big man, he's fast, he's got skill. He even put a kick on in the first half.
A good kick too, wasn't it?
Yeah, so, a package like that, it's very mouldable for any NRL club.
Taylor Murphy, nice handy conversion attempt. So the South Island go back in front here. And they go back to a 22-18 lead. With Murphy converting that try. Oh, another twist into this one now. Why and how will the Counties Manukau team respond?
Tony, Malakai's dad, and I'm pretty sure that Motu maybe have taught that move to Malakai Tony.
Yes.
The second tackle chip over the top.
I can picture the conversation.
Yeah, me
right?
too.
Yeah.
Malakai be thinking, why did I listen to my dad?
Here's Tooley. Haven't really seen Uriah Tooley at his best in this tournament just yet, which is a scary prospect because if he can find some form over these last 2 weeks of the competition, look out.
Yeah, indeed. That's a good shot.
That's Hingano again. Looking good. Stanley Hingano, both with and without the ball. Here's Wellington. One man to bring the deck. Oh, and there's that little late offload. Harmer Campbell. Hit hard there. Little attacking kick. It's taken a deflection, but Counties Manukau have it.
The idea was there. Lyman racing through, hoping to pick that ball up on the bounce, but it just got a deflection on the way through.
Tony, this is Naitoko. Tony again. Here's Ramsey taking a carry this time, the winger. Oh, Ramsey sneaking through. Still not held there. If he can link up with a teammate here, Ramsey. Now the South Island backpedaling with Counties coming back. This is a game that we all expected to be like this. It's really turning out. Alfonso Talanga bounces out of tackles. Here's Ramsey again. Nothing between these two teams in this contest. Here's Toe with a kick. Didn't execute it well, but Makiha was almost kicking through again.
Yeah, I think Murphy might have actually just got his foot in the way and pushed that to the side. But you're right, yeah, just could have gone anywhere.
Manukau has recovered from that injury. Taken strongly there by Te Namu and also Naitoko. Now Harmer Campbell.
Yeah, the aggression and contact from Counties has really gone up at the moment.
Good run.
Yeah, South Island's, they're handling it, but
Murphy plenty of time to
hand kick,
and he's got good distance with that one. But Ramsey's back there for Counties Manukau. A couple of great runs from Ramsey in the last set. And now Herbert, look out. Here's Robin Herbert off.
Great vision from Ramsey.
Ramsey now has a little dart from dummy half himself and is threatening the defence again. Tony. Always a big run from Ezekiel Start. Here's Tony. Another chance here for Counties Manukau. That's Kingeke. And now here is Tony. Big pass at the Makiha. Love the spread of the ball here. It gives a chance here for Savage. Savage. Good tackle from Callum Donaldson. He's a hard-working back rower. Tony keeps it on the left as Toe goes close. Now did that come forward off Hesp?
Yeah, I think it did.
It's play on. It could be another set here. Naitoko's picked it up. Oh, real shame there. Maybe it wasn't a restarted tackle count as Gibson picks up the ball.
Well, if it wasn't, it was an error by our adjudicators because, yeah, Hesp definitely played at that ball. And they were desperate to try and get a kick away and get a result, Counties, and they just managed to hold on to South Island. And here's Cranwell. What a time for the big man to come in and run. And unfortunately, once again, haven't learnt their lesson. You just can't rip the ball away after another defender's gotten involved with the tackle. So that, look at that, they're on their haunches, the hands on head. That was a great opportunity for Counties to really capitalise on a fatiguing South Island side. And
yeah, Tony, it was conceding the penalty. Well, we've got 13 minutes to play. It's all here for the taking this game. Terrific game of Ruben Wiki Cup action as Hesp takes the first hit up for the South Island. If the South Island score here, it's going to be tough for Counties to come back. Not impossible, though. Te Ho, good hands here. Donaldson. He was hit hard by Kingeke.
Oh, he takes heavy contact. It just keeps moving.
He does. He just keeps getting up, Callum Donaldson. Here's Murphy. He's going to take the tackle this time. Start almost stole it. Wellington. He was moving back into position thinking the tackle was over.
Donaldson's exhausted from his last one.
Nothing like getting the ball back again. Now Cranwell. Here's Wellington. Nice ball to Thule. Thule, if he can get his hands free. He doesn't. Makiha with a great tackle. Cuthers. Look at the space here for Cuthers. Cuthers.
Oh, he's got it down.
He has. Referee O'Brien's happy. And Cuthers has got the vital try for the South Island.
Oh, and just as importantly, it's right next to the upright. He still had to do a bit of work there, but it's on the back of some good offloading, some good ball play from the South Island. And this one from Cranwell, back on the inside. Got an offload away to Wellington. Great ball to Thule. Thule forged forward. It was just, they were backpedaling. South Island, one defender on the ground who was injured, and he just took off. Young kid, Guthers, as quick as he could. He still had a bit of work to do to get it over the line, but slammed it down in the end goal, right next to the uprights. And this will, with the kick to come, will push them out to 8 points. Great work. Herbert tried his hardest, the young kid.
Well, 8-point game now, about to be 10, you'd think, with 10 minutes to play. So still not in the bag just yet as Murphy gets his 4th goal from 5 attempts today. 28 plays 18. A try there to the South Island, the 5th they've scored in the game. The Counties need to score next, and they need to get it pretty fast now.
Yes, indeed. Really impressed with how the South Island weathered that storm. There was a good 10-minute patch where Counties were on fire. Scored a couple of quick tries. And they just managed to rally the South Island. Like I said, 10 minutes. There's still time in this game. They picked up 2 quick tries before. They can do it again.
100% they can. Makiha with the kick-off. And here's Kupa Teho.
Nice elbow to the throat there by Teho.
It's like how all of these South Island players have a very clear understanding what their role is, and they execute it.
So directional in their running too. Now look, oh, wow.
Cromwell just looked like he got one, just a little clip on the noggin there as he slipped over. And he's okay, hopefully. Teho. And now Donaldson again. Oh, Donaldson's through. Wellington's with him. And Wellington, has he got the gas? Oh! Cuthers is over for his 2nd try. And a superb one it was.
Fantastic rugby league. Yeah, take a bow. This is a nice set-up play here. This little corners play back on the inside, and Donaldson went straight through. Man, he's deceptive, Donaldson. A couple of times he's broken through the line. We thought potentially the big man, Wellington, would have the pace, but the offload, and Cuthers, comes up with his 2nd try in the space of a couple of minutes, and that should really seal it for the South Island.
Wow, that was superb.
Great set of 6. Great set of 6. We started that in the back of that last try, mentioning how intense the runs were from the South Island, how quick they were playing.
Well, plenty of resilience in the South Island team too. Why? Remember that 18-16 down after Counties had mounted a serious comeback, but now they've just responded with 3 tries in a row.
Yeah.
Cranwell, Cuthers, and Cuthers again.
Well, they were good last week, the South Island. They've gone up a notch this week as well. And I mean, rightfully so, they had to.
Well, great day for the South Islanders. Caleb Murphy, 5 from 6 now. Most of them have been adjacent to the posts as well. So 34-18. The game probably safe now for the South Island, which means it's looking likely that South Island are going to play Waikato, and we are going to get that all-Auckland semi-final between Akarana and Counties.
Yeah, big game. Really big game. And look, I don't think Counties have been all that bad today. They've come up with a couple of sort of minor errors, but realistically, South Island has just been too good.
Yeah, they've got all bases covered, haven't they? They've got some big athletic, fast players, big power, and then they've got some real 3 or 4 just players that really glue the team together.
And I'll be honest with you, the aggression and the power shown by Counties, I mean, look, they've absolutely smashed some of these South Island players, but they just keep going.
Here's Sokudu. They know when to spread the ball too, don't they? Noah Sokudu. Here's Siaki, another one of the star players for the South Island. Nyman up in the line this time, and I was just about to say the error rate has been really low from the South Island. Kuputaho just drops the ball there.
Yeah, they had something set up here. They had a structured play with Donaldson at the front. Catch the ball first and think about the play next.
Well, just over 5 minutes to play. Counties have got to score 3 converted tries to win the game. That will be a miracle if they could do it. There's Tanamu. That's a good carry from Harlem Tanamu. In fact, that's Tane Savage with that good carry. That was a really good run. Now Frank Tamanu. Pritchard back out there now for another go at dummy half, and it's a good little dab here from Jerome Pritchard. Counties need to score now if they have any chance. Back it goes to Tanamu, and he's very close. Pritchard, it's dropped by Makiha and picked up by Tuli.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I mean, just the pass from dummy half just wasn't quite good enough.
Cramble with the next carry. Here's Siaki with his trademark dart out at dummy half. Always seems to make good meters. Does the centre. Here's another one who's had a really good game. Lomani Kaya. Love the way he throws himself into the line.
Yeah, just a battering ram, Lomani Kaya. He loves the contact. He winds up, just throws himself into defence.
Oh, great ball to Tuli. Uriah Tuli wisely keeps the ball in hand here, but the big roll on here for Cuthers. This is Murphy, here's Nyman, and Nyman's going to streak clear and draw and pass for Noah Salkudu. Again, a brilliant South Island try.
So clever. So clever. Really good display of rugby league here today. They repelled Counties at the other end. Counties came up with a little error, and then they just drove it down the field. And off the back of a couple of, like, some silky hands from the South Island. I mean, that was the play before that where the Counties boys shot out of line and tried to halt the momentum of the South Island, and they just managed to string a couple of passes together. Tuli is the one who had the quick play of the ball, and on the back of it, Counties just couldn't recover.
Here's Noah Salkudu, who's scored in all the 3 games now. Gotta say, what a masterstroke as Gary Kingy ponders certain defeat now. The Counties coach on the left there. What about the move from Archie Jacobs, the coach of the South Island, to move Saki Usa Lomani Kaya out to the wing? I mean, he was in the back row last week, edge back rower. What a masterstroke.
Yep. And hasn't missed a beat. I wonder if he looks more like a winger than he does a back row.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, his positioning is really good. To be fair, I mean, he's probably played most of his rugby league down south, but Fijians don't really have positions. They just put them anywhere on the field, and
they just run.
And they just run and tackle and turn up.
So Murphy, and that one's going to slide away. So second miss of the day for Caleb Murphy, but what a performance in the second half from the South Island. And they really have had a very good game here. Not much Waiti Ramsey could do to stop that try, the winger for Counties Manukau. 38-18, so the scores really moved all clear from the South Island, but You know why I think next week if these two teams met again, I don't know. I wouldn't count out counties beating them.
Yeah, really. I mean, anybody's game on the day. I mean, like I said, the counties haven't really played bad. They've been pressured into making mistakes. And they have been the aggressors in this. South Island just been smarter.
And let's be honest, these two could meet again in the final in 2 weeks. You can't discount that possibility. Akarana there as well. Remember, they'll play counties next week in that semi, and the South Island going to play Waikato. And that's a double header, isn't it?
Yeah.
Next weekend, it's Saturday. Those two games, 12 and 2.
Well, either way, with this, I mean, Akarana is sitting back at the moment, loving the aggression and these two teams beating each other up over 70 minutes. But yeah, they've got a tough task next week as well, Akarana.
Yeah, I reckon that Akarana are going to have to. Oh, it's beautiful. Herbert's going to go through and score. Great little delayed pass by Makiha. And Herbert goes over for his second try. Just about to say that Akarana are going to have to seriously lift their game, I reckon. The thing is, I think they do have that ability to lift. Lovely play here from Makiha. Just that little double pump confused the defence.
Yeah, the Siaki shot out of line as well, looking for that player around the back, and probably wasn't needed. Just found his way out. Herbert, great injection there. Spotted the gap, hit it hard. Nice little footwork to wrong foot Nyman and come up with a second try. He's been really good today, Robin Herbert.
He's a happy coach. Conversion's gone over from Makiha. And that is going to be that for this game. So Archie Jacobs and his South Island team move through to the semi-finals. Counties do as well, but the South Island will be very happy to stay unbeaten, and in the end they have comfortably won this game against the Counties Manukau team. So celebrations for the South Island, and rightly so, with the final score 38-24. Well, in the end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tries scored by the South Island, and all of them were very good. Cuthers got 2. Yes, Gibson. That was a memorable try in the first half. Nyman and Cranwell powered through to score his try in the second half, and Salkuru finished off that brilliant try near the end of the game as well.
Yeah, I mean, Cuthers' second try for me was outstanding.
Brilliant, wasn't
it? But look, yeah, they played really good rugby league, the South Island side, and they deserved this victory. They had to weather a little bit of a storm throughout the second half, but they did like I said, through that game, they are getting better and better, and their confidence level is growing, and they're on a good trajectory here to place themselves in the final and do a pretty good job of winning it.
Absolutely. So the South Island, we know we're going to play Waikato in the semis next week, and Counties Manukau will play the Akarana Falcons. But a very good day for the South Island. Counties Manukau, they try hard. They got four tries today, and with Tony Herbert getting 2, Malaysia getting that try as well. All of them converted by Jordan Makiha. But Counties will come again, and they'll need to be at their best next week. What a semi-final that promises to be. Akarana against Counties always brings a smile to your face when you see Akarana and Counties, the two Auckland teams, go at it at any provincial level or age group in New Zealand.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, always a fierce battle. Real big, tough boys, and they chest beat for 70 minutes.
Yes.
So, yeah, looking forward to that one.
And Waikato too got they took Akarana, ran Akarana very close last week. So let's see what they can come up with against this South Island team. But gee, they're going to have to hope that South Island drop their standards and Waikato play the perfect game, cause the massive or biggest upsets next week.
I mean, South Island you only have to play half as good as they did today, and they should get the victory. That's no disrespect to Waikato, but if Waikato's their standards don't rise in the next week to the level that we've seen today, then yeah, they won't get the win.
Yeah, we'll see though. We will see, but just standing by for our after-match interviews for you here from Dunedin. You just tuned in, the South Island winning this game by 38 points to 24. And scoring some very good tries.
Yeah, wonderful game of rugby league.
So we're just going to get our two captains and for a quick chat. Well, it'll be interesting to see what Frank Tamanu has to say. Of course, you always learn more from your losses than your wins, probably. But they'll be living to fight again for another week. And interesting to see what sort of response we get from counties next week. All right, let's, as you can see there, Fred de Jong, our man at the ground, is in position for a chat now with the county's captain, Frank Tamanu.
Well, disappointing result, Frank. Where do you think they got the better of you?
Man, they were good all over the park. Probably the middle. We need to tighten up our middle. I don't know. So,
you guys put a lot of pressure on them, and but there were some key errors at key times that really cost you in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, they took their moments pretty good. They had they were quite good, but we had a poor game today.
And next week you're up against Akarana in a bit of a local derby. You probably know a lot of the players up there. Looking forward to that one?
Yeah, really looking forward to that one because we didn't get to see them through the round robin, so see them in the semis.
Well, all the best for the semis, and I hope it goes well for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, Caleb, exciting game. How physical was that one?
Yeah, really physical. Really physical. They're big boys and big bodies, so yeah, it's tough out there.
You guys started well. How important was it to put early pressure on them?
Yeah, we talked about getting a good start. Big boys, big bodies, so got to get over top of them, and I think we did that early on. So yeah, really proud of the boys.
And they were 18-16 up at halfway through that second half. What did you say amongst the players to turn that one around?
Just keep to our processes and stick to what we know, and we know we're good enough to come back, and we don't let that stuff rattle us. So yeah.
And semi-final up against Waikato next week. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, fizzing. Never seen them once before, so hope we get over them again and make that final again. So yeah.
Yeah, well done, mate. Congratulations. Great game.
Yeah, thank you. And thanks to our sponsors, Rosie's and Skivington's. Cheers.
Well done to Caleb Murphy. Of course, that's a rematch from the round one pool match between the South Island, which they won that by 46 points to 8. So these two games next weekend, next Saturday, are back at Pukekohe. So we're looking forward to those games. Akarana against Counties Manukau. That's going to be a humdinger at midday. And then at 2 o'clock, it's going to be that match between the South Island and Waikato Mana. Two interesting games coming up, Wairangi, next week.
Yeah, we're getting down to the big dance, but yeah, congratulations to both these teams today, particularly South Island. I mean, counties, like Frank said, I don't think they played terrible. I think South Island were on their game today, and in the end, they just couldn't hold on with them. But South Island, yeah, Caleb's right, just nothing really rattled them today. Despite what was going on, they sort of stuck to what they know, and they were confident in their abilities, and they got the job done.
Well, thanks to Wairangi Kupu. Thanks to the entire team that brought you the coverage here today from Dunedin. Looking forward to your company for the semi-finals coming up next Saturday from Pukekohe. We hope you can join us then.